Hello everyone, this is H to the Husky here with game number 2 of The Little One versus WhiteRa. What's on the line? $300 for the winner, $150 for the loser. I am, as always, here with HD StarCraft for this tournament. How are you doing, HD? And tell me what you thought about last game.
Well, I thought last game was an impressive show of micro as well as dropship play. I really like the use of those warp prisms and using the immortals for WhiteRa and the Colossus for the Little One. Unfortunately, I feel like the reason why the Little One lost was because he lost so much more probes in the exchange where the Zealots were at his natural mineral line. And of course, WhiteRa did capture his expansion a little bit sooner. So I think that he might have just been out macroed, and that might have been the reason why WhiteRa had so many units at his front door. But this game, of course, playing random, he is going to be Zerg. They're doing an over, killing the extractor and then getting one additional supply.
Yeah, and while that was all happening, the WhiteRa is once again doing a proxy. We saw this in his PvZ game earlier, which he doesn't know his opponent is actually Zerg because the Little One is going to be playing as random. And I want to mention the positioning of WhiteRa's buildings. I'm going to show you the vision of just the Little One. Even if he sends out a drone to scout that, he's not going to see it right here because the scouting path isn't going to show him where that proxy is. So this could be a very short game here. It could go either way. We have seen WhiteRa make this work, so maybe he can make it work again against this random player.
Yeah, last time I think he tried it against HeyPro, and it's the same exact build. One pylon, two gateways. I already see the rally point set for one of the gateways.
And the Little One actually just
straight to
canceled
the
his hatchery. Yeah, I don't know if he meant to cancel that, but maybe he knows something's up. That's really curious because the drone's still sitting there. So I don't know what the Little One's doing. He must have canceled it to get his spawning pool out ASAP because he probably knows that something's up. And once again, there's that pylon that WhiteRa likes to place near his opponent's base to reveal that he's proxying. I don't know why he does that. Maybe to mess with Zergling AI or something. But this game is going to get underway here extremely quickly.
That's like the first shot, Husky, when they put the pylon down. It's like, I declare war.
For sure, yeah, he is going to
But
be chrono boosting the Zealot right now. So, oh, one's already done. So here we go. There's no, wow, the spawning pool's not even
a
done.
forge? There's a forge going down right at that first pylon. I really don't know what WhiteRa is doing. He's putting a forge down, which means it can only mean a cannon. This Zealot is going to get surrounded by the drones, though, and holy crap.
Oh, that's
My
really
StarCraft
unfortunate, though, that Zealot, well, he barely survived, but just, like I said, barely. And so he's got 16 HP, and I can't believe he's actually going, it looks like, going to cannon contain this Zerg player. So this is very unorthodox play here, even running in his last few Zerglings to try and do that. I can only imagine he's going to try and do a cannon contain. I can't think of anything else. What are those drones doing? They were moving everywhere. But WhiteRa is just being goofy this game. We'll have to see where this goes, though.
Yeah, I think my StarCraft 2 might have crashed, but no, I was able to, I think, yeah, it's working fine. I'm back in now. So, yes, we do see two spine crawlers right at the hatchery at the main base. I do like the cannon push by WhiteRa, so this is a little bit different, but of course he's going to have a hard time pushing with cannons, especially against two spine crawlers. So I'm not sure how well this cannon push is going to be.
Especially
but
with four Zerglings, yeah, in WhiteRa's base right now. And they haven't actually killed anything yet, but of course forcing WhiteRa to have to micro his probes around, and he's just now starting a pylon. I can assume for a cannon, a Zealot having to huff it all the way across the map here to deal with these four Zerglings. But wow, WhiteRa now in a pretty comfortable position with three Zealots there, and the two cannons finishing, and the Queen just standing guard up here at the top of the Zerg's base. But for now, I don't know, this is a very awkward position. I don't know which way this game could go at this point because WhiteRa is going to be behind in tech, just now starting his gas. But I don't know, man. This is very uncomfortable, I think, for at least the Zerg player right now.
Yeah, right now, any Zerg player would want to say, you know, you got to grab another expansion. It sucks being confined as a Zerg, especially with two cannons and three Zealots on your ramp. So it is going to be a tough, difficult situation for the Zerg player. Luckily for him, he's got one thing going. He's got four Zerglings inside the Protoss player's base. And so if he can get some harass off, prevent any tech from going up, it might be useful. But of course, we do see the Cybernetics core going up where the Forge is. So WhiteRa not going to show his buildings at his main And so the only thing I think right now, what he's got two
I was gonna
queens,
say,
the
isn't
little
that
one.
weird? I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna try and bust this. I think using the queens and the spine crawlers to move them all in attack at the same time. Because I was gonna ask you, I don't think players ever get two queens. I mean, I don't play Zerg. You play Zerg a lot more than I do. So I think that's what he's got to try to do right now because he can heal the buildings and he will have the high ground advantage here. And will he be in range? Just barely going to poke one of those zealots. So this is definitely an unorthodox game as the Stretch Armstrong spine crawler is able to reach all the way down there to that zealot and poke him on the shoulder in an annoying way. Oh, this game is crazy. I love these two players so far.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome. I might have been a bit behind in the game, but I did speed up to match. We do see two spine crawlers re-burrowing right now, and the creep tumor is extending that creep. And so right now I do like the position that LittleOne's in. He has the high ground, and unless WhiteRa moves the zealot up there, he's not going to be able to shoot back against those spine crawlers.
And just so you know, HD, I'm at 750 in the replay right now, so if you want to get there. And there are
Banelings?
Yeah, there are Banelings. Where are they going? I didn't see. They were actually blowing up in the mineral line. So what he did was he kept those Zerglings alive in the main of WhiteRa, and he actually used them to kill. If you select all the probes, they are all in the red except for a few that have just spawned. And so, wow, he's actually using Banelings. And look at this, WhiteRa using a robotics facility outside the Zerg's base. So this is out of control. I don't even know which way this is going to go. Banelings did a lot of damage there, and they will do a lot of damage to the cannons and zealots, but it may not be enough. I have no idea. This game is crazy.
This is absolutely ridiculous. It's like the Protoss player relocated all of his buildings to the front of the Zerg player's base, and the Zerg player has put all of his attacking units in the Protoss player's base, as was indicated by those Banelings. And I've got to say, one more Baneling would have killed off about 8 or 9 probes. Unfortunate that that basically the LittleOne didn't have an additional one to explode there. But right now, he is going to fall behind, I think, simply because he's kind of screwed in terms of map control. He can't go out of his main base, so this is pretty bad that he's feeling so confined right now.
Yeah, and one thing I want to mention is this is not StarCraft 1. Oh, there is also a Nidus network going up. This is, if he has an Overlord over here, which he does, oh, this is a brilliant move here with the Nidus Worm going down. I do just want to mention this isn't StarCraft 1 because a Zerg on one base is still a potentially dangerous Zerg, as we may see right here. Do you think this Nidus Worm is going to end it? I sure do.
Well, it is going to be a close call because he will lose all of his workers, but that means that he'll be able to walk up the ramp with the 3 Immortals and all of his Zealots, and that's exactly what he's doing, engaging. But I think that there's just too many Zerglings, too many Queens and Spine Crawlers. No, he's going to be able to break through. Baneling's coming in too, but Banelings only do 10 damage to an Immortal, and now the Immortals are in, but there is a Mutalisk overhead. Meanwhile, 4 Banelings coming through the Nidus network, gonna blow up on the probe. Boom! Goes down the probe, and an additional one going down too.
I can't believe these Immortals actually did that much damage. This was a little bit of a mistake on the LittleOne's part because he needed to micro his Queens to heal his buildings. I actually clicked on the Queens right after that battle, and they still had about 90 energy each, so he definitely wasn't using that heal as effectively as he can. And the Mutalisk, though, should be able to slowly kill these Immortals, but it is slow and steady.
Not before they take the layer down.
Oh, he did get the layer there, so all he's going to have is a last couple of units, and this is absolutely out of control because really there's no economy left for WhiteRa, but he is getting a cannon, and I think the cannon at his main is going to win him the game.
Look at the Nidus Swarm. There's a Queen and about 20 drones, 30 drones, a bunch of drones, and a Queen inside the main. There's a cannon there. Is he going to be able to take down the cannon? Most likely, yes. And it's just a Queen and all her drones battling in the Protoss player's mineral line. And the Protoss has no response. In addition, 3 Mutalisks coming by air. And I think the Protoss player might have just lost this game.
Wow, talk about a turnaround, because what the important part is, HD, is that the drones, they have 300 minerals to make another hatchery. So we could be seeing a base swap here, and with the 3 Mutalisks, there's nothing that WhiteRa can do. Sure, WhiteRa has all the cannons, but the problem is that he needs something to deal with all of these Mutalisks. There goes the hatchery somewhere. Oh, it's at the expansion here. Not sure why he's putting it there. But either way, this is absolutely crazy, as WhiteRa, he's going to have to try and win with just 3 units, and 3 Mutalisks versus 2 Stalkers, I think, is going to be a win here for the Zerg player. So I didn't expect him to win. That was hilarious that he's actually going to win with all of his drones.
I really like the fact that he evacuated all of his drones and his Queen into the Nidus network and just kind of popped into the Protoss player's base, and his drones are still at work. killing off those buildings in the Protoss player's base. And I think I do have to agree with you that the Protoss player has no resources. His Stalkers are trying to fight off the mutas right now, but unfortunately, that is it. That's the only unit he has that can attack the air, and it is going to go down to 3 mutas with some micro, yes. So I think WhiteRa might lose the second game.
Yeah, this game is definitely over. Just looking at the units, WhiteRa only has 1 Zealot and a Stalker. I actually didn't see how he lost that Immortal, but he did, and there's the GG. I didn't expect WhiteRa to win that game up until the very, very last second. So again, a crazy close game here as it is tied up 1-1. And HD, you get the last word again.
Woo! WhiteRa losing 1. That means LittleOne is up 1, and I might just win some money.
All right, here we go.